Hello everyone, welcome to the Mechanical Engineers podcast. Guys, this is episode 2 of this podcast, and today I had invited a very special guest. He's a teacher, he's an entrepreneur, and he's also a content creator, he's a YouTuber, and there are lots of things you can learn from him. So I'm going to talk with him, I will going to ask with him, so he will able to introduce you to all of you guys. So hello Nikhil, welcome to Mechanical Engineers podcast episode 2. I hope
Thank you.
First tell me how are you?
Yeah, I'm really going good, and hope you're also doing fine. And I'm really happy to be part of this podcast, and it will be an opportunity for me to interact with the audience and help them in their careers. And I hope that this session will definitely be more informative, not just for mechanical engineers, but anyone who is in this domain who want to consider this as a career.
Yes, definitely. All of the people who wants to learn from this podcast, who wants to learn from our experience, wants to learn from the experience from the industry professional and experts, guys, listen to this podcast and share with your friends also, those who are in need. So let's, without wasting much time, let's, so the first thing, Nikhil, can you please introduce yourself, like what you do and all of the steps you are in?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I'm Nikhil, and currently I work as an assistant professor in Vignan's Institute of Information Technology, and I teach mechanical engineering subjects. Mainly, I teach product design and robotics. And previously, I worked in TCS as well as Infosys in various domains, including product design, packaging design, 3D printing, as well as web development. And besides this, I also teach students on my YouTube channel regarding the design as well as 3D printing. And I have a new startup which I started 2 years ago. It's called the Namuna 3D Labs, where I 3D print parts for the clients, and also give internships and exposure to young students who are interested in this field.
You mean on 3D printing?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay. And where do you live? In which city do you live?
Yeah, I live in Vizag. So Visakhapatnam, in other words. So
okay,
yeah, that's where it is.
And how much of total experience you have in total?
In total, about 3 years of experience.
Okay, 3 years of industrial experience and rest of the experience in teaching.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, great. So guys, he has worked already in TCS and Infosys, like these MNC companies. So in the beginning, when you are just getting started, how we got this opportunity to work with companies like TCS and Infosys?
Yeah. So actually, I was pursuing my BTech in mechanical between 2013 and 17. So after that, I was given the on-campus opportunity to work in TCS. So it was an on-campus recruitment.
Okay, great. So which college was that?
It is Geetham University.
Okay, so it's based in
Yeah, exactly.
Great. So okay, thank you so much for introducing yourself to our audience. So let's move on to our first question. That is like, please suggest three points for our mechanical engineering students that they should start thinking at this stage when they are just graduating, or either they are in third year or starting their mechanical career.
Yeah, sure. So they need to pick a domain of interest. So because mechanical engineering itself is very vast in nature. So you can enter aerospace, you can enter marine, you can enter defense sector, and you can enter automobile sector, and you can also enter manufacturing and services. So it is very broad nature. So if you have a genuine interest towards any specific field, and it is very much essential to have an interest, because otherwise you will not be able to migrate or navigate your career to be more specific and specialized in one area. So if you have, like for example, if you are really passionate about automobiles, so you may start gaining the industrial knowledge from your first year onwards regarding what are the challenges involved in the specific industry, and network with the people who are working there. And you can, like, if you have that in mind, you can then your search will be very easy. So you know what to search on the internet, and what to look for, and what to ask when you meet people. Otherwise, like if you become very generic in nature, you will get to nowhere. It will take you to nowhere. So in that sense, I will give advice to pick your area of interest. Or if you are not having interest, then you can still be open to all these domains, and try to gain some natural instinct. Or maybe it could be your friends, or it could be your surrounding areas, or specific motivational video which you have watched on YouTube. Or maybe aeroplane is flying very well, I want to understand it more deeply. So such type of curiosity if you are developing, then you can dig much deeper, because information is free of cost, and nowadays everything is available at very free of cost. You just have to do it, Google it. And Wikipedia is one area where I spent about 8 months alone on Wikipedia. So you can imagine the time I spent. So like it's a very good platform. It will give you all the keywords related. So if you type aircraft industry and open Wikipedia, it will take you through the history of where aircraft started, what companies worked on building aircrafts, and how they evolved during the World War time, and after the World War what happened. So like that, a lot of information will be available. So that is what I would suggest.
Okay, so basically you were saying that when you are just starting out your mechanical career, all of the students should be very open to the career options they're going to pursue, right? They should start experimenting in the beginning. And that is only possible when you will start interacting or doing lots of internship, interacting on lots of projects. When you will start participating on different kind of projects from different domain, then only they will able to decide that which is the best domain where they should pursue in their future. So that is the whole point. And also, as you said, you had spent lots of time on Wikipedia in your early days. So
exactly.
So means what is the benefit of that actually you are getting? Like whether it is helping you to understand the history of the technology, or means like it is giving you getting started, how to get started in any domain kind of thing. So how it helped you basically?
So like all the keywords related to that domain, they will be mentioned at the end of the article. So for example, if you looked up an article related to aerodynamics, and if you scroll it down, you will find von Karman vortex strain, stock bridge damper, aeroelasticity, these type of terms you will read at Wikipedia, which will be completely new. And if you open that, it will take you to another page, and you can read about it, what all related phenomenon that led to aerodynamics, which is in development today. So like if you are absolute beginner and you don't know all these terms, if you are listening these terms for the very first time, then Wikipedia will suggest the relevant articles already pre-sorted for you in the order in which you need to learn them. So in that way, it's like a study material.
Okay. So it helps us to save lots of time while we started to develop any new skill, right? So it will act as a guide for us. Okay, thank you so much for this information. Actually, I was also not aware of this hack that you had shared with us. It is really helpful, and I will use this process if I'm developing any new skill in my future. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, you had talked about we should not pursue mechanical engineering as a generic career option, right? We should start developing any specific skills in any specific domain. So that should be a target for us. And how we can decide which domain is going to be best in the future, like which is going to be most demanded in the future? How we can decide that?
After you, like by the time you reach your final year, it is most likely that the project which is chosen should be more appealing, close to your heart, because it will dictate all your future interviews, what you perform. So in whatever the job interview you go, the first question they ask is what is the project you have done in your final year. So in that sense, if that project topic is not coming from the bottom of your heart, it is tough for you to actually pursue it or project your skill set before the interviewer. So that's what I mean. And there are various platforms wherein, like for example, if aero modeling clubs are there in various colleges, and automobile designing clubs are there, and various 3D printing competitions are also being conducted, which will give them insight into rapid prototyping and all. So, like after you complete your BTech, if you have really good grade and if you have some passion on one particular field, you can choose your masters also in that field.
Yeah.
So, specifically, if you want to dig deeper, doing your MTech or MS in that field will be very beneficial for you to choose a specific, to apply for specific roles at the company. So that is one chance, because after BTech, if you join as a fresher, company will not ask you to design anything directly. So they will only give you generic training and give you basic tasks that any graduate can do. So the point of doing BTech is generally lost. So in that sense, unless we have some domain knowledge, some expertise compared to our others. So generally, it's a very common question. Like several students ask me, what is the point in doing BTech? I'm being asked to do a generic job of what a 10th standard or a 12th standard student will be doing.
Yeah.
So in order for you to come out of that scenario wherein you will be applying your domain knowledge, what you have learned in your curriculum, that will happen only when you do your masters in the field of interest.
Yeah. If you want to be an expert, then you had to pursue your masters, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a very valuable suggestion for our audience. Okay, so let's move on to next question. Since you are a teacher and also a part of a college and the placement cell, so like all the recent graduates, like who is going to graduate this year or either the coming year, should they go for the job or should they start looking for creating their own startup? Like how the things should work? Because since you are interacting with a lot of companies also, like what are their expectations with the students?
Okay. So mainly the companies they are checking is the learning attitude of the candidate. So like if we are giving him training, will he be able to learn the technologies quickly or not? Will he able to fit in a team working environment or not? That is the basic thing that every company is checking. And other criteria is the eligibility related to their percentages and other things. But primarily, as a fresher, companies are mainly checking your attitude towards work and attitude towards the team building, and how curious you are to learn new things.
Yeah. And also you also started building your own startup, even it's a part-time, but you had started building it slowly. So how the others should make this approach, like the one who are recently graduating or even the one who are working, like how they should start in this kind of stuff.
Okay. So mainly it is not a mandatory thing that you should start a company. So generally, if you land in a very good job, which is actually utilizing your skills properly, then staying in a job itself will be a very good career option.
Yes.
So and one more thing is, like even in the startups, if you don't have certain clarity, it will be tough again for you to do anything after starting the company. So Like in the corporate world, you will be doing a tiny part in a large organization. And if you are starting or working in a startup, you will be doing more major things in a minor way. So the return will be very less in the startup field in the initial stages. Like you will be doing everything as a single person. So in that sense, learnability will come more quickly in a startup, whereas career stability will come more quickly in a job. So it depends on what you want long term in your career.
Okay. Yeah. So that should be an approach if you want to decide.
Yeah, like if you have a natural tendency to question the things around you or to change the things around you, then there is a chance that you will do well in a startup. Whereas if you are a person who don't know anything and you want someone else to instruct you what needs to be done, then it will be better to take the mentorship from your boss and continue in a job.
Yeah. So basically, if you are not self-driven, you should go for a job. And if you are a self-driven person who do not need anyone to push yourself to go for work or think creatively, so you can just go for the startup.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
And one more thing, since both of us had worked on a book review and we were both, it was a Fusion 360 CAM, some kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact name. So we were the part of it. So and also our skills are somewhat little bit similar. Like we are into 3D printing, we are into prototyping stuffs.
Yeah.
But still, I'm asking you this question, like what are your major skills and how any mechanical engineers like who are just getting started can learn those skills? Like where they should start?
Okay. So generally a mechanical engineer should have basic knowledge of the subjects which they learn, like the fundamentals of fluid mechanics, strength of materials and thermodynamics, and basics of manufacturing processes. These 4 things are fundamental for a mechanical engineer. And on top of that, you can learn drawing and GD&T related to how you design and how you make manufacturing for a given part. And like once you are comfortable in engineering drawing in your first year, you can slowly migrate into learning the 3D modeling software like CATIA or SolidWorks or NX. And after completion of your second year, from third year onwards, what you should do is you take some CAD model which you have developed and analyze it in any analysis software like ANSYS or Nastran or Hypermesh, these analysis based softwares.
Yeah.
So by the time you enter your final year, you should know how to design something and analyze something.
Yeah.
So that will be fundamental and very much helpful for you to navigate your project work. Otherwise, at the time of project work, it is not possible to learn all of a sudden the design as well as analysis softwares.
Yeah.
And these are the basic things like for example, if you compare this with a software developer, he learns 3 basic things. One is the hardware, how a computer works and how 2 computers communicate over the internet, and the applications that are run on top of the operating system, and how an operating system should manage the physical resources. These 4 are the domains of a CS graduate.
Yeah.
So in that sense, the mechanical engineering is comprising of 4 pillars, like I said, strength of materials, fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, and manufacturing. So these are the 4 pillars of anything. So like whatever the specialization you choose in, these 4 things will more or less will be involved in everything you see. So in that sense, these 4 skills are essential. So for which you can focus on the fundamentals of what is being taught in your classroom and practice some numerical problems. That is enough as far as fundamentals are concerned.
Okay. Yeah. So this way, guys, you can approach. And also one more thing, when you are in the beginning of your career, start developing this skill called doing research on the internet. This is also very essential because I had seen mechanical engineers who are good in subjects, who are good in everything, but they are not comfortable in leveraging the technology, like using online meetings, using different automation softwares and those stuff. So start developing those skills also. Those are really important these days when we are living in 2023 and it's a 5G. We are leveraging the 5G technology, so things will change faster. So start leveraging the research skill and all the other technologies that is being developed in our mechanical industry.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So
Nikhil?
like ChatGPT has really shaken away the usage of technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I had used that,
software developer. Previously, instead of searching how to write a program directly, software developers are searching for the solution on ChatGPT. So there's a chance that we as mechanical engineers will also be having the access to such a tool very soon, which will aid us in our approach.
Definitely, such kind of tools are already being developed. Recently, I had seen one of the posts on ChatGPT where it was being integrated into Fusion 360, where you just had to ask to draw something and it was able to automate the complete process. So that was really
Okay.
a great thing people are doing. I had recently interacted with that post. It was amazing. So ChatGPT is being used in all over the industry. Means it's revolutionary, completely revolutionary.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to our next question. So next question is a little bit kind of hypothetical. Like, okay, move on to question. If you get a chance, what's the one thing from the past that you want to change? If you talk about your career decisions and all those stuff.
Yeah, like maybe I should have started being on LinkedIn earlier than I thought.
Okay.
So actually I got to know about other things happening around me after completion of my MTech. So till then I am not using LinkedIn at all. So in that sense, maybe if I have networked with relevant like-minded people in my college itself, maybe I will be having bright connections with me to work with as a team. So in that sense, that's the one thing I would change.
Yes, definitely. In 2023, social networking is really very important. Even we talk about the LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and all those social medias are important if you want to build your brand, if you want to market yourself. So these are really very important. And there are lots of people I had contacted. All of them are regretting that why they had not started LinkedIn earlier. I had also started very late, but I had started very early, but I was not very active on the platform. So whenever I had left my job, I came into full-time freelancing. I had started doing it full-time, and the content creation is really enjoyable process. So that's how it's all going. So it's not a problem if you're still doing it in the right way. You can just overcome the time.
But the time we have lost, we can make up soon. Like once you got to know how to use it.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Okay, so let's move on to our next question. It's related to like some people are asking me like how is 3D printing different from injection molding, and in 2023 which is more suitable for product design and manufacturing, especially for MSMEs, like MSMEs.
Okay. So like actually injection molding and 3D printing has to coexist side by side. So 3D printing can only get you to the market, but in order to get more customers and stay longer with your products, you need to go for mass production. And 3D printing is not a technique which can be used for producing parts in large numbers. So in that sense, injection molding and 3D printing has to go side by side and hand in hand from an industrial perspective. And from learning the skill set perspective, like once you have understood the life cycle of the product development. So after launching the product, then you go for mass production. At that stage, you can start learning injection molding. Yeah, at the beginning, you may it's better if you can learn 3D printing first. And once you have some product in your hand, and once you are thinking to scale the product in large way, then you may start exploring injection molding. And as far as MSMEs are concerned, I can see that every major rapid prototyping company also has injection molding services with them, because you cannot get clients purely based on 3D printing. You will also get clients related to injection molding, vacuum casting, die casting and all. So in that sense, like small scale injection molding machines are also available. Either they are custom made or handmade. MSMEs also use both 3D printing as well as injection molding.
Okay. So I think both of the skill learning, if you want to learn these two skills in 2023, both of these skills is going to be beneficial for us.
One thing I wanted to mention to the audience is that Fusion 360 has launched injection molding analysis inside its simulation workspace. It was not available last year or 2 years ago. So it's a new feature, so that you can also develop the injection mold and see the mold flow analysis and eliminate the molding defects inside of Fusion 360 as well. So previously that was only taken care of by industrial grade softwares like SolidWorks Plastics, which license costs around 6 lakhs. And secondly, industry was using Siemens NX Mold Wizard. It was also costing around 6 to 8 lakhs, and only large corporations were able to afford those licenses. But we as a students are really happy and beneficial that Fusion 360 has launched this new feature for students, which is free.
Yeah.
So they can learn injection molding right from the beginning onwards.
Yeah. So guys, Fusion 360 is free for 1 year. If you are a student, you just need to activate your Autodesk student account, and then you will get access to Fusion 360. And it's not a sponsored video, so don't get confused. We are just suggesting our experience.
Yeah.
And also, just yesterday I had upgraded my license of the Fusion 360 since it was expired, and I was also not aware that they had included this injection molding feature. So I'm definitely going to take a try on that. So what we can do with that. So thanks for sharing this knowledge also. Okay, so next question is related to your passion. Like, what is the future of Formula One cars and the technology? Like, whether the industry is upgrading to EVs, or they're still on the conventional technology, or if someone wants to start at this point, where they should start? Like, what are the things they should start doing at this point?
Okay. Like related to the EV versus conventional engines and all, it will take another 10 to 15 years to properly leverage the new technology to replace IC engines. So some of companies are working on hydrogen and fuel cell as well as biofuel based vehicles. So like I can foresee that in future we'll be seeing hydrogen cars alongside electric vehicles, and instead of having IC engine as well as electric vehicle hybrid, we'll be having partly hydrogen and partly EV hybrids. Like that's what I can foresee. Like Hyundai and ARL or EVN, I forgot the name, as well as Toyota. These three companies are working on fuel cell research related to hydrogen combustion, running the vehicle on hydrogen. So the problem with EV is obviously everyone knows it is related to charging, and only the developed companies, countries have the infrastructure related to charging your EVs. So in that sense, as India is a developing country, it is tough to invest into charging stations everywhere. So in that sense, hydrogen can be an alternative. We never know, but by 2030, we will get to know what is the main technology going ahead. So the domain knowledge related to IC engines will remain at least for the upcoming 5 years. Maybe not in the automobile sector, but it's still significant in the industrial sector, where you don't have electricity. So if you want to run your tractors in villages, you need an IC engine for that. So in that sense, IC engines will still remain at least for the next 5 years. So, and related to Formula 1, they are also researching on how they can bring biofuels into the racing engines. And already Formula E is there, which is purely electric versions of Formula 1 cars. And still speculations are going on. We never know, but maybe 2030 or 2035, there is a chance that we will be only seeing electric race cars or maybe hydrogen race cars, and we may eliminate the complete IC engine segment. But still, 2035 is a long way to go. It's 12 years from now. So we should be open, and whatever the technology we are getting chance to work with, we have to dig deep and understand it. That's my advice I would give.
Okay. And for the Formula 1 cars, if someone wants to start learning about this technology, this domain, what are the things they should start from? What are the subjects they should focus on at this point of time?
Okay. So mainly racing engineering is comprising of two subjects. One is aerodynamics and another is vehicle dynamics. So aerodynamics will make your car faster, and vehicle dynamics will make your car more stable when you're racing. So there are very good textbooks available for free. You can download them, and you can also get those books on library. So I will suggest a few books for aerodynamics. I think Race Car Aerodynamics by Joseph Katz, that author's book is really good for a beginner. And Theory of Ground Vehicles by W.O.N.G. Wong. So that book is also really good for vehicle dynamics. And some books are also available related to race cars. One is from that is Carroll Smith Tune to Win.
Okay.
That is also really good. And one more book was authored by Adrian Newey. So that book is also really good. And regarding the YouTube channels, I think Chain Bear F1 and Driver 61, these two YouTube channels regularly post the technology aspects if anyone wants to learn about them. So I can leave the link in the description for this video so they can have a check on this.
Yes, definitely I will. And I will also share your profile in the link. So if someone wants to get connected with you to know more about these technologies, so he or she will be able to reach you. And also I want you to share your YouTube channel link. From there, people can also learn about what are the things you are discussing and educating. Okay, so that was very valuable suggestion, guys. If you want to start your future in Formula 1 cars, start learning with Nikhil. He has already done lots of stuffs in this domain, and he had gained lots of knowledge. So those things will help you a lot if you are just getting started from the scratch. Okay, Nikhil, so let's move on to our next question, and it's a very simple and common question, what do you love most about your mechanical engineering profession?
Okay, so I was fond of automobiles and F1 from a very young age, and when I was watching the races on television, two words have been frequently heard of. One is the mechanical engineering, and there is the aerodynamics. So, so I was pursuing this mechanical engineering from when I was roughly from 8th grade. So it's almost 15 years with my association in F1. So that is the doing mechanical engineering degree and teaching mechanical engineering, and he is like me being close to my passion. So that what motivates me to stay in this domain. Like if you can see the pay packages of software developers, like in the early stage itself, they will be earning around 25 lakhs. So despite of all of that, like mechanical engineering being not as much of comparison with computer science from salary perspective and all, but still my genuine passion towards automobiles and F1 is still driving me to learn new things and stay in this domain. So like that's what motivates me.
Yeah. Actually, means I can understand that you are F1 car enthusiast by heart. So it was a long journey for you. And what do you think? Like in India right now, the F1 cars and all those stuff, F1 racing is I'm not sure very popular or not, but in European countries it's very much popular. Like people shows interest towards that thing. So what do you think? Until when will it be very common in India also?
So like at least it will take 5 more years of time for the community to build around motorsport and for the community to actually appreciate F1. Like the scenario is changing slowly, but like I don't think there will be as many cricket fans like compared to cricket fans. There will be F1 fans equal to cricket, but still I can say as per my prediction, for 10 cricket fans there will at least be one F1 fan somewhere in India. So but still if cricket is being watched by 1 crore and F1 is being watched by 10 crore is still a good number in my opinion. So in order to reach that level of fan base, it will take at least 5 years from my perspective. And like we have the passion, like then there will be a lot of careers evolving out of that passion. You may not necessarily be designing the cars, but maybe you will be able to be as a journalist or be as a podcaster, networking with the people and speaking with them regarding the racing career. Like there are several YouTubers whose primary job is motorsport journalism. They publish articles as a blog, they publish videos, and they keep traveling from event to event. So, like I don't think most of them will have a mechanical engineering degree. Most of them are generic people like us. So, like if you have the passion, you can follow it. That's the simple.
So definitely, like whatever you are doing, if you will do those things passionately, then things will start changing slowly. And also you cannot be on the front end of the F1, but at least you can be a big part in the back end. So it's all about interest. So thank you, Nikhil. Thank you so much for coming on to this podcast. It was very valuable session, and I think audience will also find this session very helpful for them. They will learn a lot from these things, these talks, and also I will give all the links to those books that you have talked about, those channels, and your LinkedIn profile, your YouTube, or whatever the contents you are producing on whichever platform. Will give all those links in the description below. So guys, all the time, if you want to check it out, you can come and check it out, and please subscribe to this channel and subscribe to this content, promote this content so it will reach to the mass audience. In our mechanical engineering community, the problem is we do not talk too much. Like we are